It's all about beer. What's new in brew? New on the shelves, on tap, and on the drawing board. It's Just Here for the Beer Radio with your hosts Joe Leary and Cullen Jack on All-Time Favorites, AM 650.
It is Just Here for the Beer Radio, sponsored in part by the King's Head Tavern in Kitsilano, a Vancouver institution since 1973. The all-new King's Head offers live music Thursday to Sunday, the legendary Beggar's Breakfast, and 15 varieties of wings. It is our February beer show. By the way, if you're not sticking around till the end, we do have a March show.
Yes, we do.
What's the date on that?
March 15th, I
March
believe.
15th.
And Joe, I just wanted to point out that I am wearing my red for Valentine's Day tonight.
Yes, you are.
And yeah, there we go. But we're not looking quite as good as our guests.
Our guests, of course, Gordon and Megan McKay-Hall from Whistler Brewing Company. I've always had a fondness, a special place in my heart for Whistler, and it's always nice to see you. And it's so good when we can do a show that sort of ties in around the launch of something brand new. And I understand that you guys have with you something brand new.
We do indeed. And it's actually nice that you mentioned wings.
Right.
And talking about chocolate beer and Valentine's Day and everything like that is super good. And there's so many great beers that you've had on the show today. And at the very end of the show, just like we kind of do when we're at the brewery and we're doing tastings, we're going to end with a nice cleansing lager. Okay. And talk about lagers, because that's kind of craft brewers can do nice lagers too. So we brought a couple of different ones.
Megan, the Powder Mountain Lager, I know you and I have been talking about this for a while. This is something that I guess was sort of in the concept stage for a while, or was it sort of one of those things where you decided that maybe, the month of January, February is a good time to launch a new beer? What is it?
I think that Dawn knows more of the details on this, but I think that because our brewery is up in Whistler and we wanted to make something that was like from the people for the people sort of thing, I'll let Dawn tell the full story about it.
Well, we've actually, obviously Whistler, huge tourist attraction. People visit Whistler from all over the world, but everybody forgets that when the tourists go after the snow melts, that it's actually a small town and it's a hard-working town, and people want to sit back and relax and have an easy drinking lager. So we came up with Powder Mountain. Powder Mountain was actually inspired by the Whistler community. We invited about 400 people down to the brewery over a period of 30 days. Their brewmaster developed 3 types of North American style easy drinking lagers. The people in Whistler drank all 3, picked their favorite. Powder Mountain won, or their beer won, and then they actually picked the name of it as well.
Very cool.
Yeah, so Powder Mountain is actually a mountain, and it's just south of the Whistler Village. And our friends at Powder Mountain Cat Skiing do big, nice tours up into the hills. And so we came up with Powder Mountain Lager, and we got a local artist to make and design the label.
One of the things that I always like to talk about when I talk about lagers and a nice, crisp, easy drinking lager is I always think about my dad. My dad wants to grab that beer, drink it. He drinks beer so fast. But he loves just to have that refreshing, after he's cut the lawn, summer, hot, but he actually likes a lager all times around the year.
Absolutely.
And one of the things that when he came over, he grabbed some beer from my house for Super Bowl, and he was like, I need some beer to drink. It's always the light lagers that he loves to have.
Yeah, it's great. And I think that, it is still a craft beer. And I think that people have to understand you have so many good beers that came tonight, and great beers with good chocolate malt and some nice bittering. Craft brewers make good lagers too.
Right.
85% of the world drink lagers.
Yes.
Let's not have them drinking bad lagers. All these brewers that are here tonight, they do make great lagers, and we got a couple.
I think it's funny to note that people that haven't had a chance to see what goes on behind the scenes here, we've got a pretty good kitchen party going on in there where you have all these various brewers with their products. But even though you are a competitive lot, there's a great camaraderie between you two. Why is that?
We actually hate each other.
I'm kidding. Privately, but superficially, you get along.
Well, you know what? It's interesting. Even at the beer festivals, I think people that share something in common always have something to talk about, and they enjoy. And one of the things that the craft brewers, they understand and recognize that people are going to try a craft beer. They will try craft beers from different breweries, and if they're craft breweries, they're going to enjoy that experience of people getting more craft beers.
Yeah, and I think too that it's like anything, like if you're supporting the people that are in the same demographic as you and striving towards the same goal as you are, then strength in numbers, because there's no point in us hating each other and slamming each other for things when we're all striving to do exactly the same thing. Essentially, make good beer. Exactly.
When you roll out a new brand as you have with Powder Mountain Lager, how accessible is it? How readily available? Where are some of the places people can try it?
Well, Megan can talk about the Vancouver and about the Vancouver locations. We've actually just launched this beer, and it was specifically made for, at the beginning, at the onset, for the Whistler locals.
Right.
So we haven't yet fully developed it in the Lower Mainland, but Megan, you can talk about where it is available only in select places right now.
Yeah, select places right now in some private liquor stores. Right now, we don't have it in the government channel yet. Right now on draft, you can try it at the Mill Marine Bistro, Burrard Bridge or the Pirate Pub, Monk McQueen's, Roxy Burger, to name a few. Cool. And more coming.
And I absolutely love the retro pack that is coming in, with retro case of beer. Hopefully people can see it on Just Here for the Beer Radio television, I should say. But it's such a cool thing to pick up that case of beer and have the beer ready to drink.
Powder Mountain Lager from Whistler Brewing, Don Gordon and Megan McKay-Hall. Thank you so much for sharing that new product with us.
Thanks,
guys.
We hope to see you again soon. Some
Absolutely.
music from Nigel Crow by Starlight coming up.